Hello, tonight we're going to be doing problem 1 from section 7.2a. It says, write each of the following as a sum in expanded place value form. We're going to start with A, because that's a good place to start. We're just going to break this number down into the place values just to help us remember. So we have 0.045. So here we have the ones place. Then this point, or the decimal point, you can just think of as and then here we have the tenths place. The 4 is our 100ths place. And the 5 is our 1000ths place. Now what do those things mean? Let's figure it out. So we have 0, that's the number value we have here, times 1 plus 0 times, another way to write tenths is 1/10. And then we'll add 4, because that's our number value there, times, we're dealing with the hundredths, so we're going to put 1 over 100. And then finally, we have a 5 times, it's in the thousandths place, so we put it 1 over 1000. Now just to make this a little bit simpler, we're going to use negative exponents for these, just to condense it a little bit. So starting off, 0 times 1, another way to write that is 10 to the 0th power plus 0 times, another way to write 1 over 10 or 1/10 is to do 10 to the negative 1 plus 4 times 10, another way to write 1 over 100 or 1/100th is to do 10 to the negative 2 plus 5 times, another way to do 1 over 1000 or 1/1000 is to do 10 to the negative 3. So this is our expanded form of that decimal number. We're going to move on to B for now. 103.03. So we're going to break this down again. Right here we have the hundredths place. This 0 is our tenths place. And the 3 is in the ones place. Then we have and for our decimal point. And then we move on to the tenths and the 100ths. Now we're going to write this thing out. So we have 1 times, and we knew in our last one that this was 10 to the 0th power. That means this 0 is going to be 10 to the first power, and that means our 1 is going to be 10 to the second power, plus 0 times 10 to the first power, plus 3, that's our value right there, times 10 to the 0th power, because it's in that ones place, plus 0 times, now we're getting into the tenths, so we're going to do 10 to the negative 1, that negative exponent, and then lastly we have the 3, so we're plus 3 times 10 to the negative second, because we're in the 100ths place. We're going to move on to C. So once again, we're just going to break this down. We've got hundredths place, tens place, sorry, 100 place, tens place, ones place, our and for a decimal point, then tenths, 7 is 100ths, 0 is 1000ths, and our 1 is 10,000ths, and the 10,000ths place. So now we're going to write that out. So we start with our 2 times 10 to the what? So this would be 10 to the 0, this would be 10 to the first, so it's 10 to the second, plus 4 times 10 to the first, plus 5, that's our value there, and it's in the ones place, so we're going to do times 10 to the 0th power, plus gonna go jump down here just to leave ourselves a little bit more space. We're gonna do 6, and we're in the tenths place now. So 6 times 10 to the negative 1 plus 7, we're in the hundredths place, times 10 to the negative 2 plus 0 times 10 to the negative 3. And then lastly, we have 1 plus 1 times, and we're in the 10,000ths place. So we're going to do 10 to the negative 4. So this whole thing is expanded form of that. That's a big long one. Last one, we're going to move on to D. I'm going to break this down once again. We got our ones place, our tenths place, our 100ths place, our 1,000ths place, our 10,000ths place, and finally our 100,000ths place. I'm going to break this one down. We have 0 times 10 to the 0 power, because it is in the ones place. Then we're going to add 0 times 10 to the negative 1, because our 0 is in the tenths place. Now we're moving on to the hundredths place, plus 0 times 10 to the negative 2, plus, we're on this 0 now, 0 times 10 to the negative 3, because we're in our thousandths place. We're going to move down here, plus, we're on to our 3. So 3 times, what place value is it in? It's in the 10,000ths place. So we're going to do 10 to the negative 4th. Plus, finally, we have this 4. And it is in the 100,000ths place. So we're going to times it by 10 to the negative 5th. And that is your expanded form of 0.00034. There we go. Thanks for watching.